I think that we've all been trained to sort of not trust the public education system in this city. Once you get inside these schools and see the quality of the teaching and some of the quality of the programs, despite all the budget cuts, there are good things happening in these schools.
In Chicago's 47th Ward, Alderman Ameya Pawar is implementing a plan to stimulate the local economy by improving neighborhood schools. He says Grow 47 will keep families from moving to the suburbs in search of better schools.
In Chicago, we've disconnected what local schools, neighborhood schools do for property values and economic development. What we're trying to do here in the ward is say that, look, you invest in the neighborhood schools, not the selective enrollment or charters, but the neighborhood schools. Obviously, there's an economic benefit for all.
Chicago's highly competitive selective enrollment schools were created to serve the city's brightest students. However, the scarcity of seats in these schools has left many parents looking elsewhere.
Parents in Chicago public schools, for secondary schools in particular, try to find the best school their kids can get into, in part because we've set up a selective enrollment school system in Chicago. And if they can't get kids into those schools, their next best option, in their own view, is often to go into suburban schools.
What we have to do is to figure out a way to serve neighborhood kids in their neighborhoods. That's why the suburbs work.
Grow 47 is a way to look at all the schools in the ward as a whole instead of just individual silos. So basically, one of the things that Alderman Pawar and I agree on is a good neighborhood school. It makes very good economic sense for the neighborhood.
What we're telling people is like, look, take ownership over the school. And you might not want to send your kids there, but by taking ownership of that school, you're improving your community. If you improve your community, you're improving your home value.
For a long time, it felt like it was just parents trying to work with the principal to make the school better. So it really was a grassroots feeling in terms of making the school better. Whereas now we do feel like there is some support from the government and Pawar individually.
I think anything that raises the profile of public education and the value of it for our own children and for the community as a whole is valuable. I think for my own children directly, just the sharing of ideas is valuable, and I think it will cause many of us to take a second look at some of the high school options in the area and maybe get involved there as well.